Hello, and welcome to Three Kobolds Gaming, where we play Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And tonight, we will continue our Heroes of Absalom campaign. Now, we talked a little bit about this in the pre-stream, but I've got two things. One, preparing high-level combats. Jack has a lot of experience with this in a different system, but the rules kind of still apply. It's kind of ridiculous. Because
In what way, Will?
Well, I had spent so much time focusing on that Demilich fight that I looked at the fight that we're currently in. Also, thank you for playing along, Emily Race. It was very well done. And I was like, he's just a spellcaster, right? Like, it's not whatever.
Just a 13th level combat spellcaster.
Turns out you gotta like read your spells, which is not our strong point. Necessarily.
You don't need to read that. We've been over this.
It's not needed.
It's not.
No.
I was reading through it, and then I was reading through in more detail some of the later combats, and like, this game gets pretty ridiculous pretty quickly. Like, it's pretty standard. Anybody who's played like a D&D related or high fantasy RPG, like, has some expectations when they go in about what generally, roughly, the kind of flow is. Generally, roughly, like, there's a lot more kind of expectation, because it used to be like when I started playing Dungeons and Dragons in 3.5 back in like 2010 or something. Every new monster that we fought, it was like, I legitimately have no idea what is going on here. But you play this game for a while and like, oh, that's a Minotaur, right? Like, I have a reasonable expectation, even if my character has never seen a Minotaur before, of like, what's going to happen? Oh, that's a troll. Like, I know that it has regeneration, but like my character doesn't know, so we've got to fish for that recall knowledge and figure out that it needs fire or acid damage. Like, 2nd edition has done just an amazing job of making off-the-wall things.
Like what, Will? What made you think of that?
What set of characteristics and characters?
Remember that time you fought an avatar of a god?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty well.
All too well.
The Herald was cool.
So I'm not trying to be like, oh, like, Dungeons and Dragons, like, could never think of an avatar of a god. Like, that's not what I'm saying, right? But
they haven't.
Once you in second, well, theoretically, they have actual stat blocks for their gods, which is a whole other issue, in terms of gameplay. Because, you know, if you give something a character sheet, then it's killable.
I'm gonna kill it. Yeah.
Yeah. And Paizo has been very keen on not doing that for that specific reason.
I made one for a Chakek, the Mantis God. They call the stat block the Mantis God, and they don't really ever call it a Chakek. And like,
yeah, they realized they messed up, and
they tried to keep it away. And then I found it, and I was like, I know your secret.
And that was when they were still very much in the transition phase between, when they were still making Pathfinder Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 supplements, and they hadn't fully transitioned everything into Pathfinder. And they were like, yeah, we're never doing this again. This is a terrible idea. But, like, reading ahead in these books, so much more of the content is adventure specific, which means that it's unique to this adventure. And then obviously after the adventure, like, they'll start doing like callbacks, and it's in the bestiary or on, you know, archives for people to pull from. But like, it's wild how many of the stat blocks, just percentage wise, is custom stuff. So you just don't have that expectation going in as a player or as a GM. And even reading the spell descriptions, like, if you're not familiar with the entirety of the spell book, but you're like, okay, I know what Fireball does. I know what Haste does. It's like these callbacks, these long-standing spells and abilities that, even though they're different, they fit into the second edition rule type. This guy has 4 spells that were made up just for his spell block.
That's cool. That's cool.
I like that.
We might even get to see them. Who knows? I had a second thing. Right, going into that, high level combat is taking even more time. I think we've all noticed this as we have spent, what did we figure out, like 3-4 months in a 72-hour window, and we're not even done with the 72-hour window yet.
Yeah.
I feel like that can be kind of like, kind of bring you out of the story a little bit, kind of diffuse focus. You're like, at least for me, hopefully not for you guys. Hopefully we're still all there, right? But over the week, I just sent a few questions to my players to kind of recenter themselves and their characters in the world and their goals outside of the walls of Hunting Lodge 7, because we've been stuck here.
All I know is this prison I've been objecting to.
Yeah. And that's one of the really weird things that can happen in Dungeons and Dragons, because it can go both ways, right? And I say Dungeons and Dragons just in a kind of catch-all term for RPGs. But
Style of game. Yeah.
you could cover months, if not years, in a single 2-hour session. Or it could take you 4 real-life months to play out 2 days worth of time. And sometimes it's nice to kind of refocus outside of the context of what is going on right here in the now of our story, and kind of come back. So hopefully you all gained something from answering those questions outside of the hero point that I gave everybody. So everybody's starting with an extra hero point today because of that. But hopefully that kind of grounded, or at least got you thinking again about what life looks like for your character outside of these 4 walls. Because I was thinking about it this week and was like, wow, we have been here for a while, just in terms of real life time. And that's okay. Hopefully everything is still going on interestingly. You guys have resolved some of the weird stuff, and now you're just trying to ride out your time, right? Well, you got to make it through Grapple Frodin. We come back
Friggin' rabble.
to Hunting Lodge 7. After defeating the Demi-Lich, you all decided to, loot and inspect and identify. You got some really cool spell gems. You got a Demi-Lich skull that presumably one of you is carrying around now, that acts as both a staff and a once per day, although not today because it was already used by her, but a once per day mind blank, which is a very interesting and powerful defensive spell. I believe.
I think it's Bastra, right?
I forget who took it.
I don't think anybody specifically said they were taking the skull, just that Bastra was the last one to have it out of,
Oh wait, it's an occult thing, and none of us has the occult.
So is Mind Blank only an occult spell?
I thought it was.
Let's find out.
Mind Blank, regardless of whether or not you could use it like a wand, anybody can use the Demi-Lich Eye to cast the spell.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
It just casts the spell on you. It just casts the spell on you.
Cool.
You activate it and it casts the spell on you. It does not function like a wand or a staff. The head still functions like a staff in other ways in addition, but theoretically you could remove the eye gem from the skull and just have a separate once per day mind blank.
I want that.
Again, today is not that day. It's already been used. You went back upstairs and began to kind of re-secure your surroundings. Again, you're here on a mission. You're here to protect one Mr. Flackfatter, the Infector, trying to keep him locked down until he can serve his time or face justice. A door opened up in the middle of a wall. It just appeared on the wall and then opened to provide entry for some cult intruders. And thusly, we return to said combat. Let's get some combat music. It's the top of round 4. It is our good friend Gravel's turn.
Gribble?
Grubbellini.
Gribbalone.
Pretty sure he just went.
Yeah,
Because,
same.
How sure is
Because we-
pretty sure?
because I went last, and then he dashed away from me on his turn.
We do have the tapes we could check.
Yep, that would require me to admit the possibility that I'm wrong.
Ah, I see the conundrum.
All right, have it your way. Just don't say I didn't warn you. Fearin, you're up.
Last turn was a prismatic spray and a disappearance from Mr. Grabble.
There we
So
go.
Not his turn.
Jack's got the receipts. I don't
Thank
like
you,
being
Jack, for putting
flanked
it
by
right.
2 of these poisoners, so
Can't imagine you would.
I think first action, Fearin is going to put a hand on his chest and activate his rune of invisibility for his first action. Go invisible.
Okay,
Nice.
intriguing.
And I did check the doing that is not a manipulate action, so does not provoke.
Is it an
second
interact
action?
action?
No, well, no. The only tags it has are illusion and magical.
It says command.
Yeah.
Continue.
Officially, I whisper a command word. I kind of flavorfully do that. I like touch my armor and activate it, but per the actual text of the rune, I just say a command word and I go invisible.
Go ahead.
Second action, I'm going to move 5, 10, 15. I think I'm going to move just to there, just to be a little out of their way. And then third action, I think I'm going to cast Guidance on Kashak.
Hey!
And that's my turn.
Okay. All right.
I am invisible.
Following Fearin is Bastro.
All right. Let's see. I think 2 actions. I'm going to raise the hood of my greater cloak of Elvenkind,
Yo.
and I'm going to go 4th level invisible, which is a lot better than normal. Next action, 5, 10, 15, 20,
Going 4th
25,
level
30.
invisible.
I just want to say 4th level because I've never been 4th level. I don't know.
Oh, shit. Do I have a Cloak of Elvenkind that I'm wearing?
Yeah, you do. You have my old one.
I have your old one.
Yeah.
Wait, whose do I have?
Oh.
Oh, did we give it to you?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I have one. I've never purchased one.
Okay, no, yeah. So then Jack.
Kashak has it.
Kashak
That's
has it,
right.
yeah.
Kashak has it.
Don't forget.
We've all
Someone
got
has
cloaks
it.
of Elvenkind.
On the contrary, I have a cape of the mountebank, so
It's true.
What else you got, Bastard?
That was 3 actions. 2 actions to activate, and then 1 action to move.
You have a greater cloak of Elvenkind?
Yes. We
I
found it in...
I think the other one is a regular cloak of Elvenkind, not a
The
greater.
other one's regular. Yes.
Yeah,
the other
yeah,
one's
that's what
regular.
Just to clarify. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually have the major cloak of Elvenkind, which I made up, and it does more cool stuff than you even know about. So
Yeah, you can activate it and disappear from reality.
From the game.
I'm
All
forever invisible.
That's everything from Bastro?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, Kashak Kashak can thank Firen for this one. Boop,
Meow.
boop. Both of them, before stepping up, will poisonify their weapons.
Poison Manai.
What round is it, Will?
4.
Thank you.
Let me see here. Oh man, that's a cool ability that I wish I had remembered. Anyways, 2 short sword swings coming out of Kashak. First one, it's a 28, which is probably not going to
Miss.
hit. Second one, whew, 28.
Miss.
Feels sad, bro.
Feels admin.
That's fine. They're doing their job. Next up, Kashak.
What is the situation with this wall, RE climbing it, RE me climbing it, RE this wall that I might be climbing? What would the situation with that be?
There is a fireplace there, kind of like a big brick oven, actually. There's
How tall?
probably not clearance from the oven due to the chimney coming out of the oven, going
Okay.
up into the ceiling.
Let me... You know what? Screw it.
You
I'm
can
just
climb
gonna-
up the side and then around the front of it.
No, I'm just gonna beat the hell out of these guys.
I mean, you do you, buddy.
I'm gonna... Which one's the one that looks more injured?
For sure, the one to yourself.
I'm gonna hunt that guy,
Sure.
and then I'm going to
Weapons.
claw strike him in his head.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay.
I'll do it.
Don't I have hand wraps with a +1 thing? Am I tripping?
Have you?
You should know what you are
tell
wearing.
Me, big
I
loser guy.
don't think they made it onto my new character sheet.
It
but
sounds
let
like
me
you're
just
cheating, then.
confirm.
Oh no, Jack, remember, I've got those.
Oh,
And they're
You
actually
have them.
greater hand wraps.
Great, the major hand wraps, yeah.
The major
Okay.
hand wrap.
Well, I'm gonna roll what I think this is, and we'll see how it
Oh.
goes.
Cool. Then I'm gonna tell you what I think about it.
My +25 on the roll with my bow attack being plus 27. I rolled a 42 to hit.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Let me consult my notes. Just give me 1 second here.
Okay. Take as much time as
said
you
it's a-
think
it's a-
that you
You
need.
said it's a 45? Is what you said?
42 to hit.
Oh, okay.
That
Okay.
allegedly has both
Alright.
a +1 striking energizing hand wraps and a +2 greater striking hand wraps.
It's really good. The
According to
45
the list.
would have been a critical, so that's really good. It's still a critical, but it also would have been a critical at a 45.
All right. I don't think I have crit spec for my claws.
I'd be
unless I do.
so surprised if you did, since they're an ancestry thing, and you probably have to take a feat for that.
Actually, I think I get crit spec for anything that I'm. No, I don't have it. Whatever. Moving on. Let's deal 26 points of slashing damage.
Is that with your...
Yeah, that's plus 2d8.
Ooh, 26. Heard. Up. Still alive.
Let's just claw him again.
Okay. I mean, I'd like to see you try, honestly.
I rolled a 3, so that's gonna be a 23.
That is not gonna hit. I'm so sorry.
Woof.
It's slashed across the chest, just openly bleeding onto the ground, and then you miss the second, and he's like, ha! Gotcha.
That is my whole
That is
turn.
all of Kashak. Twinkle Toes.
Me. Okay.
That is you. What would you like to do this turn?
All right. I would like to start by moving.
Mhm.
5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Now, at the moment, I only have 40 feet of movement because I don't have panache anymore.
Only.
But because I have a vivacious speed, I have half of my extra movement, so I have 40 feet of movement at the moment instead of 30 or 50.
I do have
Glad we finally got there.
I would now like to do a backflip.
Okay.
Now that people can see me.
Flippity flip.
It's only the backflips that can be seen that count.
Exactly. Otherwise, who am I doing them for?
Yourself.
Okay. That's gonna be a 40.
I think that'll do it.
I think so too.
Banake achieved.
Okay.
Third action, I would like to come on up here and do a mobile finisher.
On.
The one to the north.
Okay.
The
Get one to
the north.
To the north.
That's
Stab in the
a 36 to hit.
36. That'll do it.
Yay! Let me turn down this volume. Okay. "36 points of damage to the one to the north."
Oh. Well, alrighty then. That is impressive.
Thank
So
you.
you just speed on up behind him and stab him straight through the leg.
Yep,
Alright.
and that's my turn.
That's the end of round 4. Top of round 5. It's our good buddy Grabbles. Don't say I didn't warn you.
It's kind of lost.
Is he? Or is he exactly where he wants to be? And then from there, he sure can. Alright.
I don't think he can.
Oh. Bastro, ye have
This
little
is-
faith. He's gonna walk on up here. You watch as he, like, touches the top of the staff to his hand and then draws it away as arcs of brilliant electricity begin to ripple between his hand and the head of the staff. And then he whispers some arcane words into the electricity as it begins to turn a violent green, and drops of acid begin to drip off of the rippling bolts of electricity. And then he points the head of the staff at Twinkletoes.
What?
Let me just double check, actually.
Remember, he can't see me.
That's what I was double
Or
checking.
Bastro, actually.
He has no idea you guys are even there.
He actually can see Bastro. Let me double check.
Well, sir.
Oh, you went invisible. Right.
Yes,
right.
yes. Okay,
Right.
yes.
Thank you. Right.
I'm about to say that would have been extra scary.
Great invisibility, but not normal invisibility.
I have see only greater invisibility.
Double checking this.
What are you doing? Lightning bolt? Call lightning?
Uh,
Lightning spear?
it's gonna be definitely a lightning spell, but it's not gonna be dealing lightning damage.
Horizon thunder sphere?
Dude, Horizon Thundersphere is such a fun spell.
Don't worry, guys. I'll see you in 2 turns. Spell is so
Come
cool.
on.
Spell is so
Yeah.
cool. It's everything you could ever want out of a spell called Horizon Thundersphere. I would like Twinkletoes and Kashak to both roll me reflex saving throws.
44.
Okay.
A natural 20 for a 45.
Yo.
Twinkletoes, I'm assuming you have the thing that gives you.
Yeah.
I have evasion.
All right. Nothing happens.
She is evasion incarnate.
Amazing. Amazing rolls.
2 crits.
I'm just gonna go home. Good stream, guys. Yeah. So this rippling bolt of electricity
home.
erupts towards you, Twinkletoes, but you can see the viscosity of it. It's not like regular electricity, at least that you've ever seen. It's this sickly green, pale color as it comes off with just like drops of this green fluid dripping off of it. It slams into the wall behind you, and it doesn't burn it, but you watch as the wood on the wall behind you begins to be eaten by corrosion as it ripples out from the impact site. It begins to chain off towards like the wood pile and towards Kashak and towards the oven. And you watch as it just disperses into the room. Kashak, you're able to get down behind something at the last second. And you as well see all of these impact sites as the quote electricity is grounded, but no burns. It's all as if the material is being corroded away.
Weird.
Weird. Yeah, I don't know what the spell is.
That's cool.
He's got one more action. He's gonna
That
wave
was
a
only a
hand.
one-action spell, or is he?
I think
hasted?
he cast haste on himself at some point last week, I think.
One of these days, somebody will identify magic, and you'll know the spells that he casts. He's gonna wave a hand in front of himself, and this thin veil in the shape of a heater shield appears in front of him. That's his turn.
Did you say heater shield?
Yes, that would be a heater shield.
A heater?
Am I supposed to? Okay.
I think he just
Okay.
cast shield on himself.
Like a heat, like an AC unit?
Like a floor heater? He's just holding up a little floor heater, turn it up to high.
I've now learned that a heater shield is like this. Looks like it's this shaped shield. It's a style of shield.
It's a style of shield.
Oh, it's a style of shield.
Developing from the
yeah.
early medieval kite shield.
Things you really shouldn't question Will on.
I
Yeah,
had no
no,
idea.
That's
No
one
idea.
of them. I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's a heater
Next week-
shield.
Next time Will talks about shields or the styles of air conditioning units that he's using, I'll never I'll never second guess him.
All right. Now that we've picked my analogy into the ground, Kieran, it's your turn.
I am going to cast a Tempest Surge on the guy to the south.
You know, I don't like that
Roll
about you.
a reflex save, please.
All right. For sure. Definitely rolled it. I'll tell you what, it's a natural one.
Oh, he's so
Nice.
dead.
You said the one to the south, right?
Yeah. That's 46 damage doubled for 92 points of electricity damage.
That is precisely
Doubling through him.
88 more points of damage than he had health.
Feels great to waste a spell,
That's a-
but oh man,
That was a Tempest Surge, you said?
Tempest Surge.
Yeah, so this just like violent shock of wind and electricity slams into this chest and essentially just rips him apart. I hate to be graphic, but you crit him when he was at 4 HP. You turn him into mush on the wall that gets splattered in every direction, including onto your friends.
You gotta, what's that? Omelets and eggs and all that, right? Third action, oh shoot, I have no idea if my shield was out. Third action, I'll draw my shield. So I've got shield in one hand, staff in the other.
Very good.
I'm assuming you break invisibility to do all this.
Yeah, it's only second level invisibility, so I'm now visible.
Okay. Very good, very cool, very good. Bastro.
Bastro is going to walk up to here, and he's going to spell strike this guy. He is flat-footed because I'm invisible. You see Bastro's right arm, his feathers turn into a spear-like weapon
Yeah.
as he casts Gouging Claw.
What does that do?
What doesn't it do? It rolls high, 38 to hit.
That's a regular hit.
All right.
It rolls high.
Ooh, I have to scroll all the way down.
That was I hate to go back on it.
45 points of damage.
45
Yes, sir.
points of damage. Ow. Yeah, so you walk up and joining the assault that Kashak and Twinkletoes are laying out on this poor cultist, being stabbed in the back of the leg, claws ripping at his face. You now walk up and your feathers harden into a familiar spear as you plunge it towards the center mass, and you just chunk out of his side. Bad day.
Probably still up.
One would call this a bad day.
And he's still invisible. I love that.
Being
know.
invisible is so good for you, right? Because
know.
of flat-footed and you're
Yes.
like you're.
I don't have to
you're-
fight with you guys.
He automatically gets
That's
all of his
so
bonuses,
good.
all
That's
of
so
his
good.
important.
bonuses,
Yeah,
yeah, without actually having to flank.
with doing nothing. Yeah.
I mean, outside of
Got it.
using a greater invisibility, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
It's a
that's
free
the
spell.
cost for that much damage. Absolutely.
It's a great item, dude. Hell,
For sure,
hell yeah.
for sure.
That is my turn.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure. It's his turn. Does he have a thing for this? Does he have a thing for this? Okay. Okay. None of you are flat-footed, right? Just asking for a friend?
No.
Not current.
Nope.
No.
Sorry.
He is going to drop a vial at his feet. I believe that will incur from our two attack of opportunity characters.
Dropping a vial?
But he's interacting with it to
Oh.
do his thing.
I thought it was just manipulate, not interact. Am I crazy?
I think interact has manipulate.
Interact is a manipulate trait. It does have a
Interact.
manipulate trait.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I will punch him.
I miss.
An
Are
unseen
you sure?
force.
What'd you roll?
30.
Right.
That
On
is a miss.
flat-footed.
That is actually a hit on flat-footed.
Oh, hey.
Thank you for
Wait,
reminding
really?
me.
hey.
Did I roll a
That's what I
31?
do.
31 is a hit.
We
on
like
flat-footed.
that. That was a low roll too.
Ignore what I just did, but
23 points of damage from Bastro.
13 points of damage from Twinkletoes.
Ow. Okay.
Bastro hits.
You know, sometimes Bastro do be hidden.
Bastro?
Um,
he hits.
What does this thing do? Yep. Okay. Oh, I guess he doesn't actually drop it at his feet. He is tossing it at Kashak.
Oh, then I don't do an attack. Just kidding.
Well, I mean, he's still interacting to draw it, but you know.
She's saying that like because she's throwing it at me. It's like
Yeah,
no.
true.
I'm good. Thanks.
How does Kashak, please enlighten me, if you would be so kind, a 36?
That will hit my normal AC.
Great. Love that. Great. You're going to take 17 points of mental damage.
Mental damage. Okay.
Mental damage. And you are frightened 1.
Okay.
This guy and Bastro will also take 3 points of mental splash damage.
I take 0 because of my ancestry
Mental
heritage.
splash damage.
Really?
Yes, thanks to I'm immune to mental damage equal to half my level. Thanks to my, I think, shape rot ancestry.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Really cool.
Yep,
Yeah,
this
so
is
this like black vial is drawn out. He tosses it like square at your chest and it shatters. and the rest of you just hear this like faint, wispy. Kashak, your mind is bombarded by screams. Just like dozens of discordant voices yelling full volume in your mind. Then
Ew.
it goes away. And you're frightened. That's a dread ampule for all of your frightened one needs. That is he technically has one more action. He's gonna move over to here and get his back to the door. And he is taking the diagonal, so he's not moving through anybody. He doesn't have to come through.
There's a snare there.
There's a snare in that square.
Oh no.
What does the snare do? My good
Yeah.
friend.
It is a striking snare. You
And
must
it kills
attempt.
him, dude.
You must attempt a basic reflexing saving throw. Reflex saving throw. You must have basicing reflexing saving throwing.
Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. What's the DC?
26.
He regular fails.
Okay. You are going to take 9d8 damage. Spikes like an urchin from this like small little disc on the ground just like shoot out in like and you take 45 points of piercing damage.
Jack, go ahead and take a hero point.
That's amazing.
I forgot what that meant. I just assumed somebody was drawing, and he never looked for a trap. So he
Nope.
absolutely would have gone there. What's up?
Pointed it out, but okay.
Striking snare. Coming in handy.
No, I know you pointed it out after I had moved on to it.
Gosh, 45.
But like, I'm
points
saying
of
for like
damage.
actual writing on the map, I had forgotten what that was. But he would have done that anyway. So that was like a perfect, that's actually what he would have done. I didn't have to think about it.
Amazing.
He's like backing over with a knife in his hand, and he's like, "You guys are gonna die at the hands of my." Ah! As
Runs into the tripwire, gets spiked to death. Amazing. Who
Wow.
said snares weren't useful in this game?
Who said I'm gonna respec
Who said?
Shock into a snare specialist?
Yeah, you could go into a snare
Take that
specialist. Send Sheethrow
If
to a
we-
farm up north.
I would love to do a homebrew campaign where a snare specialist would be like a useful thing throughout, but I just think it's so situational.
For adventuring, it's so garbage because like you
Yeah,
have no idea.
You have to hold up in Hunting Lodges 1, then Hunting Lodge 2, then Hunting Lodge 3.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there is a very reasonable place for like the skill feats that let you do snare stuff, but taking an entire ranger, like not dedication,
Specialization.
but the specialization for snares seems a little rough.
I will say you get really good at them by like 7th level. Like you get like really really good at making them, and if you take Outwit as your like as your Hunter's Edge, that's the one that gives you like bonuses to recalling knowledge and like bonuses to like your saves from stuff. You can kind of get pretty theory crafty and like pretty unconventional, but why would I do that when I can just shoot a bow really well and like not really think? So
On a side note, I think for our next campaign, all of us should take the Beastmaster free archetype.
Oh my god.
and the Animal Companion.
It's the
Yeah.
most broken
Come on, trainers.
archetype in the game.
It's so good.
Where were we? Kashak, it's your turn.
Oh, nice. He kind of gives this like snicker to himself as he watches a man die on his own trap, and then he will take a stride action 5, 10, 20, 25, and then he will hunt Grabble,
Sure
and then
will.
he will shoot an arrow at Grabble.
Sure will. Go ahead and roll to hit.
I am frightened.
Frightened one. The man
Arrow-
had one use before his life ended.
Arrow shot. I have 3 hero points. Why would I not just roll that again?
Because of my 3 phantasmal killers I've got saved for you.
Those are all for Bastro. Don't lie.
Don't lie. As
And you
if
get a third hero
I'm
point
not.
somehow.
rerolled a 2 into a 19. That's a 44 to hit.
Oh,
That
let's
is
go.
a regular hit.
Yeah. All right.
The shield really
that
coming in clutch
is-
on that one.
Here we go. 23 points of damage.
Whew. Still a hefty hit.
23.
Is that all
That's it.
three?
That's all 3. I moved
Twinkle
and then did a
toes.
shot.
Bottom around 5.
First action. Backflip. It slipped out of my hand, but that's a 41.
Sure.
Second action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Or second action. Third action. What do I want to do for the third action?
Third action. I didn't think I would get this far.
What's
Now you're
gonna be,
getting
Twinkle
it.
Toes? What's it gonna be?
Can I recall knowledge on this man? With my third action?
It depends on the type. I mean, yes. What are you trying to find
Forward.
out?
I am trying to do a society recall knowledge or Absalom lore recall knowledge to see if I know who this is and why he is attacking.
Whew. I'll take an Absalom lore.
Alright. That's a 25. It's not my best.
Hmm.
The lore DCs are often low.
They're often lower.
Specialized.
At least
yeah.
5 lower, I think.
Yeah. Some GMs might even say 10 lower, if not more.
15 lower sometimes.
Could be
Those-
17 lower.
GMs have never read the book then. Because usually it's 2 to 4. If it's a specific lore, it's 4. If it's an unspecific lore, that would still be related. It's only 2.
Well, I do want to mention this really quickly. I have been forgetting to tell you that Shiethra is moving 25 feet into the room towards my hunted target. I've been moving her, but
I was going to
she's
say, I'll let you know when it's become an inconvenience, but
she's moving. She's doing her thing.
I also do have the lore master lore, which allows me to know every lore. So
I know it's a real thing, but it does sound like you're just making that up every time you say it. I know it's real, but
I would say, yeah. You may have heard of Grabble Frodin. You don't know much outside of the fact that he kind of falls into the like wizard for hire. And that he's known for being pretty unsavory and taking pretty unsavory jobs. But that's kind of like a word on the street thing. There would, with a 25, you would understand that he probably isn't a Norgarbite himself, but he's not a good dude.
yeah.
He's kind of a dick, kind of a bad person, and a reasonably powerful, just kind of like mercenary wizard that tends to get hired by various criminals and underworld people to do things.
You're saying a lot of this is like hearsay, like bar
Yeah.
tavern speak. Like
Yeah.
none of it is like verifiable in that way. Yeah.
Right. Like, it's
Sure.
like he's definitely somebody that would be like, you'd have to be relatively influential within Absalom's underworld to be able to even get in contact with him,
Mhm.
kind of deal. So like just with the 25 and with kind of Ural's positions and even with Twinkletoes pseudo history with some criminals, like you would just have no idea of having any more specific information. You know that he's probably not a Norgarbite himself, which is in and of itself a piece of information.
That is important, actually, because then the question is, who hired him?
Yeah, very important.
Is that all three
I
actions for
react-
Twinkletoes?
Yeah, can I free action shout out at him? Who hired you?
Sure can.
I do.
Okay, do it.
Who hired you?
Lovely.
There we go.
Thank you.
Okay, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do here?
I was eating an off-brand Cheez-It. I apologize.
I'm gonna take a look at some spell areas of effect, just because I want to be honest. I don't just want to make stuff up on the fly.
What spell?
Don't worry about it. Ah, that is so unfortunate.
Pew.
That's dumb. Is that all he's got? Can't be all he's got. It's not all he's got.
Don't forget your cantrips.
Yeah, but why would I use cantrips when I have 7th level spells?
No, you can use cantrips. Don't worry, you can. You still can. Please do instead of 7th level.
What if we did this? What if we did? No. Yes? Yes. We're gonna do a little spell that creates a wall. Oh, that's 2 different things. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna make a 60-foot wall of fire,
Oh.
going basically straight out and then directly through Twinkletoes and Kashak. So he's gonna kind of make it like so, which would in fact hit
No, that hit me
Fearin
too,
as well.
right? Yeah.
Yes. So I would like.
Is it wall of fire?
Yes.
Cool.
44 reflex.
There is no reflex save.
What?
Yeah, he just makes the wall.
And you will take damage at the start of your turn if you start your turn in the wall. So let me make a little thing here. Let me make just a little tiny little thing. It's gonna be one of these. Draw a shape. We'll do red for fire. That seems consistent. And then it's 10 foot wide, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. As such, and then we'll do a little rotato potato on this guy, like so. Oh, look at that. Look at that. See, Jack, why would you ever not want to use Roll20? Look at that. Look at that.
It
Wait,
hasn't
it didn't
updated
rotate.
for me. It's still, yeah, it's still vertical over here.
Ooh. It'll get there. It'll get there.
There we go.
I refreshed.
You then no longer see him
No point, just kicked me out. What?
through the wall of fire.
What just happened?
Would she? Yeah, okay, never mind.
Is this the regular wall of fire spell?
Yeah. Why?
I don't think you can make it this way.
What do you mean?
I think you have to like make it on the lines between spaces, and then it's created, and you can't like turn it. You create a 5-foot thick wall of flame in a straight line up to 60 feet long and 10 feet high.
Yes. So it should only be half that width. However, it should still be legit. It's still a straight line, even though it is at a slant against the map. Like, that's still...
Yeah.
This is still a straight line, even though it is not...
Wall spells always confuse me, and they
Perpendicular.
just didn't make it any clearer. Some wall spells specify that you have to like use the border between squares, and then some wall spells don't. It's very inconsistent. So your point is that you've like drawn a line.
Yeah.
Like that, with a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Let me make this again, since it's only supposed to be 5 feet thick. There we go. It's updating, it might take a second. There we go. There it is. All right. You lose sight of him due to the wall being in the way.
Not lose sight. He's just concealed. Not lose sight.
Then you watch as he steps around the corner and you lose sight of him.
Okay.
Where did he go? Which corner?
This way.
That way. Okay.
Did you want it? Okay.
Yeah. It's taking a minute to update the the walls for some reason. Biren, you begin your turn in the wall.
That I do.
Gonna take... Let me double check.
Yeah, curious what level spell he cast this at.
You're gonna take 16 points of fire damage.
Okay.
It is your turn.
All right. Does it only triggers any creature that crosses that wall or is occupying at the start of the turn? So if I cross it, so if I,
If you are hit and leave, is that crossing? No.
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah.
I would say
Now
you would take it again if you go any from any side to any other side. So if you're going from the top to the bottom, that is still crossing.
But if
So,
you're in it and moving out of it, that's not crossing.
so this is not my movement. I want to clarify something. So I haven't actually taken this action. But let's say I get to here and I go boom, boom, boom. Would I take the damage again?
Yeah, you'd re-enter
Yeah,
it.
re-entering it would absolutely take the damage again.
Each step, or only one time until I left it again?
Only one time until you leave it again.
Okay.
And then obviously if you end your turn while still in it, you then
Yeah.
re-up the
That
damage.
makes sense. All right, well, I'm going to find this guy. So first action, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, re-enter. Well, all right, actually, hold on, wait a minute.
Why don't you just move through the fire?
Yeah, I'll move through the fire and I won't technically leave it. Now that feels like a workaround, but... Because if I don't exit it and I just walk through it, I haven't crossed it, right?
But just don't end your turn in it because you'll start your next turn and take it again. Yeah.
So I just follow the line and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, first action.
It is not updating for me.
I'm right next to Twinkle Toes on the map.
Okay.
That's my first action.
See, why would you ever not use Roll20?
I am still technically in the line, right? I have not left it because I am still. There's a corner of my pawn that is still in it, right?
If you want to be like that, sure.
Hey, I am putting something out into the world and seeing how my GM responds to it. Second action, I go.
Fearin is this too. He's like literally an elemental druid, and so he's like Naruto running through a wall of fire. So cool.
5, 10, 15, 25. I get to there. Do I see anything?
Yeah.
I'm like where he cast the spell now, if it's not updating on your side.
He's literally just right here.
Oh, he's just chilling. Okay. So I go, oh shit, hi. And I've got 10 more feet of movement, so I think I'll go. Yeah, maybe Fearin like runs into the room and doesn't kind of realize he's just in the corner until he gets like right there. And I only have one action left, which kind of sucks. He's just gonna cast a spell, so doesn't really make sense to raise my shield. But I don't really have any one-action spells. I'm gonna look back and cast Guidance on Twinkle Toes. I think she's within range. Yep, I cast Guidance on Twinkle Toes. That's my turn.
Okay. Up next is Bastro.
All right. So with this wall of fire, I can still see in this area, like in I can't think right now.
That space is concealed to you.
It's not-
Anything?
It's concealed, but I still have line of sight. Or
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's all I need to know. Bing, bada boom. Bastro, I would say if you could see him, he no one sees him do this, obviously, but he's going to cast a spell. And nope, that won't work. I'll have to do it.
Fearin will call out, by the way. He's just in the corner. He's just in the corner.
Will, do I have line of sight to this square from where Bastro is standing?
The one directly next to him?
Yes.
It's corner to corner, yeah. It's concealed. I don't know how that works with line of sight. I mean, you can still see things that are concealed. There's just a mischance.
Yeah, interesting. You still have to roll the flat check. So you can attempt to cast the spell. And if you still have to roll the flat check for concealment. If you fail that check, the attack, spell, or effect.
Okay, so even if
work.
it's not an attack spell, I still have to roll. Got it.
Correct.
Remember, you have a lot of hero points.
I rolled a 6. It's a 5, right? Flat
It's DC
check?
5, yeah, so you're good.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Works for me. Bastro casts Dimension Door, and he
Yeah,
teleports.
Nice.
He bypasses the fire straight next to this guy.
Oh my god, and you're invisible, so he doesn't even know that you just
Yeah.
did that.
Exactly. And then third action.
At least until he gets punched in the mouth.
Oh. He'll still be invisible.
Oh man, I have some option.
What you got for me, big guy?
I think he'll just recharge his spell strike, and then that'll be his
Oh,
turn.
look
Yeah.
at you.
He's gonna get ready for the next. Just get obliterated, hopefully, but we'll see.
We shall indeed. That's gonna lead us around to the dead guys' turns. They're dead. Their turn is over. Kashak.
All right. I'm not dead. Let's go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Advantage.
While you're doing that, go ahead and add bad roll. Only 13 points of fire damage.
13. Take damage. I am assuming I'm not in the wall in this current space. Is that an accurate assessment?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it to you.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot him with an arrow
Kind of mad about it. Go ahead and
because I
roll
don't respect him.
Don't hit me.
that. Way to not respect your elders, Kashak.
Don't like him. I don't respect him. 35 against normal AC.
5 will hit.
Nice.
Ooh,
Huge for me.
That's AC exactly, because you didn't crit on a 44.
Yeah, that's correct.
So 35's got to be his AC.
24 points of damage.
24 points of damage. 20?
Almost all piercing.
24?
24.
I'll allow it.
And that is my turn. Sheethra will keep on running. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She does get a free action to lower her shoulders such that Jonas gets into the wall of fire just a little bit. A little bit of Jonas in the wall of fire.
Is that what you want?
Is that what I want? No, but that's just like her. That's part of her free action. Like it's just what happens.
If you're doing that.
It's just like a little bit
Like
of like fire.
Like his toe, you know, like his toe's on fire.
It's not like gonna take any fire damage, but like I could, you know, like it's like.
Sure. He takes 17 points of fire damage.
No, she doesn't get to do that.
You sure?
That is the
No, 'cause it
end
sounded
of
like
her.
you really wanted to do that.
No, I don't
And
want.
I don't want to take away your player agency.
I don't want that to
I asked
happen.
you 3
First of all,
times, and you said yes every time.
Sheethra is like her own character that I don't have like full control over, so I don't get a complete say. But she wouldn't do that,
We'll
right?
see.
She's
We'll see who's laughing when he dies.
she doesn't torture people.
Mhm.
That's not who she is as a lizard.
Are you done yet?
I'm
As a
done, yeah.
lizard.
Okay.
As a lizard. So,
Twinkle-toes.
Yeah, she moves there. Actually, she has 30, I think. She'll go 5 more. I'm sorry. There we go.
Very good. Twinkle Toes, you take 22 fire damage.
All right. Listen,
I'm listening.
I needed to do some mental math. That's all. I get to hear. I can. Don't worry about it.
Trust us tonight, Will. There's a lot of us saying trust us.
It was literally like 30 feet for me to get there.
Is it
like,
weird that the more you say trust us, the less I trust you?
No.
It's 35 feet, but that's still well within reason.
Yeah. Second action.
I'm very concerned now.
I'm just deciding what I want to do now. That's all.
Okay. All right. Okay. Go on.
I was trying to see if I could use my startling appearance because I don't think I ever have, except for that one time.
You have a startling appearance.
I can make a startling appearance, but he saw me coming. It's okay. Instead, this will be a stunning finisher.
A stunning finisher. Okay.
I'll hero point that too.
Sure.
For an 18, that'll do, pig.
What's the total?
43.
That is a regular hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And you need a fortitude save from me?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I'd be happy to. 35 on the
Would you?
fortitude save.
That's a regular success. He can't take reactions until
Can't take
his...
reactions. Heard. How much damage?
31 points of damage.
31 points of damage. Yeah, y'all are tacking it on. Is that the end of your turn?
No, I have one more action.
Go
I
ahead.
would
That's
like
crazy.
To,
Stunning. Man, finishers are so cool.
yeah. I would like to do another backflip. I succeed. 37.
Trust me.
Trust me.
All right, top of round 6.
5, 6.
First thing he's gonna do is he's gonna move. Just gonna
Attack.
Bop, bop, bop. Go ahead and roll your attacks of opportunity.
39.
35 flat-footed.
Both hit.
God, you having the ability to be greater invisible, Dan, is insanity.
It's very good.
Holy crap.
16 points of damage.
20 points of damage.
37 overall. Okay. Still up.
36.
Still kicking.
36.
16 and
20.
20.
20 or 21?
20.
Oh.
2-0.
Weird. I'll take less damage, thanks. Okay. Yeah, so he tries to like sidle in between you to get out of the corner here. And as he's passing by, he just takes a kidney shot and a swipe across the leg. But he makes it to this corner. And you watch as he like begins to inhale, like takes a deep breath, and you watch as like magical essence is siphoned off of the head of the staff, and you watch as it like almost like he's sucking power directly out, and then he just breathes out this multicolored rainbow across you all.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This is a healing spell, right?
If only.
I can only imagine.
The woodpecker cried?
Third. Got to get out. Okay. Very good, very nice, very good. Okay, rolling a d8 for all of you. We're gonna go left to right. Kashak.
Hey.
God.
Oh, sorry. I had it up on my screen already, but trust me, guys.
Trust me.
So salty.
Well, first of all,
And there we go. So on to Kashak. You're gonna get a potent fame.
Isn't that double? Like you get 2?
What does that mean?
It
What?
is indeed
Potent
affected by
beam?
2 beams. Roll twice, re-rolling any duplicate
Oh.
results of an 8. Re-rolling any duplicates or result of 8. Oh, so throw my dice on the ground.
That's very bad. That's very bad.
Roll me a reflex save.
35.
Okay, you take 25 points of fire damage.
That would be a critical success if it's basic. Is it basic?
Mm,
It doesn't say it's basic.
oh no, it just negates the effect. Interesting.
A successful throw negates the effect. Yeah, okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a will save.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, the will saves are bad.
Wow, everything
Wow.
is save or suck in this spell?
But it's a
That's
lot
pretty
of
interesting.
save or suck.
You-
And it's
you-
very
you wanna know-
powerful if you fail.
Yeah.
What's crazy about the spell, you said that a success negates the effect, and I was literally reading the spell like, I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. It's the last sentence. It's like invisible to me.
Wild. What'd you get there, bud?
Dude, hero point this. Hero point this. You've got him. Hero point. If you're even nervous about it, I would hero point it.
I'm not nervous. I rolled a 10 for a 32.
Oh, no, man, that's a fail. Oh, no.
It's a fail, but it's not. I can't hero point that.
What?
Wait. Wait, is this? What spell is this? I'm sorry. If so many people know, I want to make sure I'm reading the right one.
No, Jack's crazy for not hero pointing this.
If it's hit by multiple beams, it uses the same D20 result for all saving throws. Is that in the rules, or am I reading a completely
Oh,
different
yeah.
spell?
Uses the same d20 result for all saving throws. What was your first d20?
Thank you, Dan.
Oh, I rolled a 10 twice. I
Oh,
really did roll
okay.
2 10s.
There
So
you go.
35 was the first reflex save, and then 32 was the second will save.
Oh,
I
there
appreciate
you
the update. In this case, it wasn't helpful.
go. Sorry, Jack.
No, you're good. So I can't hero point.
Yeah, you can't hear a point that
So
time. You can't.
that's my result.
Yeah.
32.
You're confused.
Oh. God, wasn't it Kashak last time that got
Yeah.
confused?
That's really bad.
Sure was. Fearin,
Confused. I am flat-footed. I don't treat anyone as my ally. I use all my actions to strike, and I every time I take damage from an attack or spell, I can attempt a DC 11 flat check to recover. So start dealing damage to me, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fearin, roll a reflex save.
Thank God, just a reflex save. Reflex save that I'm at a hero point, the natural one. Okay. It's been in one of those hero points. Okay, 39.
You're fine. Bastro. Roll a fortitude save.
Go. High rolls, high rolls. 13's decent. 34.
You feel fine? Took
Hey.
That's me?
Roll a will save.
Oh, boo. All right, 19 for a 39.
Let's
can't,
go.
Can't roll below a 17. You're fine.
Boom, baby!
So, multiple colors diffuse into the area around you. Kashak is slammed in the chest with a red and indigo beam. Fearin dodges out of the way. I mean, Kashak also dodged the red, but did not dodge the indigo. Fearin dodges an orange beam of light. Bastro manages to shove away the effects of a, what was it? Blue ray. And Twinkle Toes avoids the
Oh.
effects.
Oh, that would have been so bad.
That's so confuddled Kashak.
Oh my God, blue is arguably the worst one.
We're gonna
Oh,
go
I'm
ahead
so
and take
happy.
a quick 10-minute break. We'll be back at 8:35 Eastern Standard. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be back in just a minute. We're back, baby.
Oh yeah.
He has one more action. He's gonna cast shield again.
I knew it.
Fear, it's your turn.
Nice. All right.
Eating shield.
First action.
Being shield, yes.
I can't cast guidance on Bastro because I can't see Bastro.
Correct. And I believe Bass already had guidance.
Can't do that. No, I've cast it on Kashak and Twinkletoes, but
yeah,
not
not
Bastro.
this round. Yeah.
Okay.
Promise.
Doubt.
Trust me, Will.
If I go back and I see that you
Bastard
cast it
didn't
on
enter-
Fearin, or Fearin cast it on
Bastard
Bastro.
The room
Bastard
until
didn't
it's
enter the fight.
invisible.
Right. Exactly.
Just saying, there's a hero point at stake if you're lying to me.
First two actions, not Bastro, yikes, I'm Fearin. Fearin's going to cast Electric Arc
I'm Bastro.
between Grabble and Kashak. So I need both Grabble and Kashak to roll reflex saves.
Why? Target my reflex save.
Look, man, I'm sorry. This is the only spell that I have right now that hits only two people.
26.
If it targets reflex save, why wouldn't you do me?
Well, he's trying to break my confusion.
I don't want to hurt you.
Oh,
I'm trying to end this
right.
confusion.
Okay. I understand. Okay.
43 with evasion.
Yeah, okay, nothing happens to Kashak. 26 is a regular fail, so you take 23 points of electricity damage.
I appreciate the attempt, Ben. Thank you.
And Kashak
I
does
tried.
not get a flat check to break it.
Yeah,
Oh,
takes
okay.
nothing.
I was very confused.
Third action, I will battle medicine myself. Let me actually check my tracker. Oh, I cannot. I've apparently already done that within the last hour, I guess? Uh-oh.
That tracks. I'd also like to raise the points that you may not, in fact, know that Kashak is confused.
Ah, okay.
Just want to put that out there.
I mean, once the spell fails, though, and then it becomes my turn, wouldn't I, like, doesn't he start, like, babbling incoherently, you know?
No,
Like,
he has targets to attack. He has not made any actions, and he would just start shooting.
that's fair. Yeah, I guess that was very metagamey of me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll let it slide.
I was about to say, like, I'll happily do a better spell against Grapple if you want.
I'll let it slide.
Confused condition. You don't have your wits about you, and you attack wildly. Question being, when does that happen? Is it like the start of my turn? Is it like right now? Like that's.
Yeah, he doesn't have his wits about him. Like, I imagine Fearin has been with Kashak long enough to know that, like, something's not right.
He's not the kind of guy who loses his wits very often. But that's all very, very
It's just
GSP.
very metagamey. Yeah.
He has done nothing as of yet to indicate that he might have been affected.
No, I mean, you're right. You're right. Third action, I'll raise my shield. That's what I do.
Okay. Very good. Next up is Bastro.
Bastro is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he's going to Spell Strike. Cast a spell that no one can see. But if he could, you would see his eyes start lighting up in different colors as his fist lights up an array of light.
So do we just
But it
want to get
doesn't.
the conversation about providing flanking while you're invisible out of the way now, or do we want to wait until somebody actually does it?
No, I don't want to talk about it. I'm clearly in the
Doesn't it?
wrong. Dan, don't do this, man. Come on. It does, absolutely it
Hook, line,
does.
and
What?
sinker,
It
baby.
absolutely does.
No,
Stop it.
I thought
Did you think invisible flanking wasn't a thing?
He keeps making fun of me for this. I don't think I'm wrong, but I do think that there's an argument to be made that invisible creatures can provide flanking.
That's ridiculous. Flanking's not about seeing the other person, it's about whether they can hit. You're crazy.
anyway.
You're
Anyways,
crazy.
I rolled a 39.
I got him. 39 is a hit. Roll damage for me.
I can tell this has been a well-litigated subject.
Book 2 or book 3 of Rise of the Rune Lords.
So I think it was
That's when it started.
a D4. Let's see what
It was like 2
kind
years
of
ago.
damage. That's a 3, baby. So electricity sparks out from Bastro's hand as he casts Chromatic Ray with the yellow aptitude. Let me roll a 3d6.
I
He's
see your
taking,
prismatic spray and raise you a chromatic ray.
he's taking 50 points of electricity damage off that. And he's also, oh, that's high. Oh my god.
You gonna save on that one?
No, because he rolls the attack roll, which I think is busted for Magus, honestly.
Yeah,
Wait,
77
what?
total points of damage.
Yeah.
50 points of electricity damage from Chromatic Ray, thanks for it hitting.
Oh,
And
that's
then-
chromatic, right? Okay.
Yeah. And then my normal attack damage.
Just broken for Magus.
That's a really cool spell. Yeah.
It's a great spell.
How much damage did you say total?
77 points of damage.
Bonk. Would you like to describe
got-
what happens?
Honestly, all you guys hear is loud, like, lightning energy, and then you just see him get toasted in front of you. And as he falls to the ground, you see Bastro, as he's lowering his hood, just reappear into the room. And he looks around. He looks like a shock, and he's like, "Uh-oh, is that what I think it is?"
Amazing. End of Bastro's turn. We're still in initiative, baby.
Huh?
I was going to use a D4, but now I only need to use a D3. 1 for Twinkletoes, 2 for Fearin, 3 for Bastro.
God.
1 for Twinkletoes. Take your first action, please.
Are we really gonna do this until he's unconscious or restrained?
Correct.
Yikes. That's
He
awful.
is not my hunted target, so I don't need to deal with that. Here is my attack roll. 38.
Twinkletoes.
Oh,
on
it's against me? Oh, that hits.
18 points of damage.
Second action is against Fearin.
24, Fearon.
Miss.
Third action is against Bastro.
The worst thing
Roll for
about this is
everybody.
it's using all of my arrows, which I do not have a whole lot of left. 27.
Great.
So I assume that misses.
That'll bring it around to Twinkle Toes. You just got shot.
Oh fuck! Not this again. I will do a mobile finisher on him with my first action. No, actually, I'll stride up, and then I will do a stunning finisher. So, fortitude save if this hits. It's a natural 1, so that's not gonna hit. And I lose my panache. That's really sad.
Okay.
Wow, I don't think that's ever happened to me. Freaking out because it's my friend. Third action, I'm going to do a backflip.
Okay. Top of the next round, Fearon.
This is not great. Most of my spells deal with reflex DCs.
Remember that time you crit him with a stone lance?
Like I'm about to true strike stone lance him. I think, no joke.
Can you use like a lower level spell?
Dude, we're going until you're unconscious or restrained. I can't restrain you. I don't have the stats to do that. I have
If
to
you-
just hit you until you're unconscious.
If I take damage, I can attempt a DC 11 flat check to recover and end the confusion.
Right. I always forget that.
He
Okay, if you
didn't
take
crit fail
damage.
this time, so he's not permanently confused, which is where the issue
Oh,
came
right.
in.
Last time you crit failed. Oh, I did forget that.
And that's not even possible with Prismatic Spray.
It was a different spell.
It was Warp Mind,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which like it functions like, but I don't think you can like crit fail Prismatic Spray.
Okay, then here's what I'm gonna do.
No, you
I
can't.
still under the cat.
Because the
Okay.
saving throw works as Warp Mind, except that if you succeed or better, it has no effect. So if you roll a natural 1 on that saving throw for the Chromatic Ray, it's a crit fail on the spell Warp Mind.
Okay, then you wouldn't know that I could end it early if you hit me, but you might. Like,
It's a similar
assume-
song
I
and
don't know.
dance. It's
I
a
don't know.
similar song and dance that you've done before.
Well, that would dramatically change which spell I use, though. Does Fearon know that this type of ability, this prismatic spray ability, can end if he just takes like a single point of damage?
You're more than welcome to roll a recall knowledge.
I was gonna
Then I
say
can't
that.
true strike, but then I can't true strike. I'll roll
is-
recall knowledge. That feels correct. I'll roll recall knowledge.
I don't know how to help you there.
This is an arcane or occult spell. Both of them are.
Yeah, you'd have to roll Arcana or Occultism.
I'll roll occultism. Okay, I'll roll occultism. Fucking Christ, natural 1.
Oh my god.
18 total.
You've got to take him back to Johnny Greenfoot. That's your only option.
That's all I think I can do. I think damaging him will do nothing.
Outside of putting him unconscious to then be able to take him to Johnny Greenfoot, yeah.
I think you still
Okay,
have
so
your
I-
old knowledge of like we've seen this
Yeah,
before.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you kill him, he's fine.
I've got to put him unconscious.
The
Okay.
only frame of reference you have is when this happened last time, you had to knock him unconscious and take him to get healed.
Was that
Yeah, so
Fearon
I-
or Oski?
That was.
No, it was Fearon because I had to cast Restoration on Kashak.
And he definitely it was like the first or second fight that Fearon was in with you guys, because he
Yeah.
literally criticaled a stone lance and did like 80 damage to Kashak.
Yeah.
Was that in the temple of
It was in the Temple of
non-gods?
Prescience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He,
it
beat
was.
to a wall and like I thought he healed me with.
It
a
was
stone.
the second combat of this book, actually.
That's fun.
Fun.
Because the first
you gonna hit
combat
me
of
with
this
a stone
book
lance?
was when
What
you
are you
got ambushed.
I don't want to hit you with a Stone Lance because I genuinely think your AC is too good for it to be worth me trying to. Because Stone Lance is an attack spell. So that's why I almost only cast it with True Strike.
What's your spell attack bonus?
plus 22.
It's not that bad. Your call, man.
What's your AC? 34?
Look, if you think you can't hit me, like, that's a you problem. That's all I'm saying.
He's just a lizard. Come on, just hit the lizard.
Just a girl.
My other thought is just fireball your ass.
Just a girl.
Push me into the wall of fire.
There's something to be said about that.
If you think
Wall
I
of
just need to
fire's still
die.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, actually, that's true. Oh, that's true. All right, that makes me do the thing I was gonna do earlier. I'm sorry this is taking so long. I'm gonna roll an attack spell on you. Fearin conjures up this water spout as he
Hydraulic
casts
push, baby.
a spell on you. Ooh, 35.
That hits.
And I cast a first level hydraulic push on you. It's not a crit, so it doesn't push you back 5 feet. But oh no, a success pushes you back 5 feet.
Yeah, a crit. So you have two chances here. You have the damage from
Yep.
yours and the damage from the wall.
So take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as this spout of water hits you, and then I push you back 5 feet.
All right, so I'm gonna roll that flat check now.
2 flat checks.
Oh, that's
Am I
amazing.
starting my turn this turn. It's at the start of my turn.
I'm gonna give it to you just because.
All right, I rolled a 2 on the hydraulic push one, and then I rolled.
Isn't that a
I rolled a-
2 already? It's a fail.
Yeah, this is the. He's giving me both right now. So the flat check for the hydraulic push was to this is to recover my confusion.
The check.
He has to pass a
confused.
DC 11 flat check every time he takes damage to go out of the
To
game.
not be, got it. He wants
To
yeah,
leave
you
the
want to pass. Right. Okay.
And then I rolled a 10 on a DC 11 flat check.
Hero point.
That
Hero point.
doesn't work. Oh.
If we get back around to your turn, Jack, it's gonna be.
You know, actually, can I hero point that?
Sure. Yeah, it's a D20 roll.
Yeah, I'll expend a hero point. Natural 20.
Ha!
There we
That's
go.
right.
You're never confused again.
He takes a jet of water to the chest, and then going into the fire, he just goes, okay, I'm all right, I'm okay.
16 points of fire damage. We are out of initiative in combat. The
Thank God.
wall of fire exists for another like 10 minutes. And
Super
then-
convenient.
Yeah. Super duper convenient. And then
He steps out of the wall of fire. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. I don't know why that keeps happening to me.
And smacks you in the face. Are you okay?
Oh, yes. Ow. All right, yes, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm sorry. I thought I dodged both of the beams of light that came after me, but guess one of them broke my brain. But I'm good. Is everybody else
Thank
okay?
God.
Everybody else good?
We really need to find something to cushion your head a little bit in the
Protect it more
confusion.
like it.
I need a
Yeah.
helmet.
A brain helmet,
A
specifically.
brain,
Just-
a
just,
cranial helmet.
Aluminum foil, like tin hat.
Sheether comes back around with Jonas on her back after we spend 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it's a crisp as Sheethro was just shaking him in the fire.
Like the ends of his eyebrows are just like singed off, and his hair is a little bit different. So
Good.
does Kashak have eyebrows?
no, Jonas's
Oh, Jonas's. Yeah.
from being held up against the flame. Kashak does not have eyebrows. Thank you for asking.
I was really confused. I was reading and then I came back into that halfway through, so I thought you were talking about you. I was like,
Gator eyebrows.
it's a really interesting image.
Who was
Okay.
this? Who was this man that came for Jonas?
His like blab something.
Lab
He's
something.
he's a mercenary wizard that like his reputation is not very good. From what I know, like he'll
What
just
do you
sort of
mean?
like he'll just murder anyone for a bit of coin, like no morals type deal.
That's pretty
Oh.
uncool.
But
Jonas is
Fairly
attracting all types.
fairly certain he was not a Norgabite.
Norgaborian.
Norgaborian.
Norgaborian, dude. Oh, amazing.
Norgaborian.
He was probably hired by them.
Yeah,
Yes.
but he's
But who specifically?
like an expensive hire. That's somebody is churning out cash for this guy.
I bet. I cast Detect Magic if Will's still there.
Yeah, what's he got?
I'll let you know.
Oh, true. This staff, yo.
Yeah,
What does everybody have? We get the 2 guys as well.
He's got 3 things of magic. The other 2 guys, pretty useless, but I'll tell you.
Any poisons we might want to work with?
So they don't use traditional poisons.
Interesting. Okay.
They have alchemical reagents, which are not useful to you.
Oh, which become useless.
They're the they're not the like actual trade item alchemical reagents that can be turned into alchemical items. They're the like
alchemist.
the alchemist infused
Yeah,
reagents.
the stuff you get because you're
was
good.
useless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, none of that is useful to you.
And like mundane short swords and stuff. Like,
well, actually, you guys would remember this pretty vividly, I would think, especially Basro. You find 2 Bloodseeker beaks that they did not get the opportunity to use.
Cool.
They have 6 daggers between the 2 of them. 2 more sets of Infiltrator's Thieves tools. For the collection, yeah.
Up to 7.
2 sets of mundane leather armor, and then 2 +1 striking short swords. That's like the standard loadout for these guys that you've seen from the cult.
that seems really familiar.
Doubly so for Bastra, who identified all of that stuff the first go round. Grabble, on the other hand, Monsieur Grabel, 3 auras of magic.
Yes.
1 is his spellbook.
Ooh.
The second is his staff. The third would be his dagger.
I take 3 minutes to identify all 3.
Roll 3 Arcanas.
Yeah. $31.
Okay.
Wow. Math's hard. 40
Okay.
and 28.
28. The spell book is a spell book, so you'll have to take additional time to
I
decipher
can't believe it.
and reinterpret and then learn the text. So that's a downtime activity for you there, big guy.
Hell
What does
yeah.
he have in there? Prismatic spray?
You
Hey,
don't
free
know.
spell.
You haven't identified it yet.
What does he have in there? Wall of fire?
You don't know.
Oh.
Nobody has rolled an identify magic check on any of his spells. So
Give me
who?
one, give me one.
Horizon,
Who knows?
Horizon Thunder Spear,
To be
maybe?
clear, hold on. Identify magic is not a combat action.
You are correct, unless you take specific feats to be able to recall
Yeah,
magic
it-
in
Yeah, you
combat.
identify spell.
Yeah,
I
call spell,
right.
something like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that for the level up.
but fight
Yeah,
me
yeah,
again
that's
on it,
right.
buddy. Come on, do it.
Hey,
I go back
to be
and forth on whether that's like useful or not.
Fair.
But
I was not wrong.
It can be very useful, actually.
I'm sure it can. Yeah,
Especially for
I'm-
higher level spells where you're like, I don't know what to do about this. The staff. The staff is a major poisoner's staff.
Whoa, major.
A major poisoner's staff.
Whoa.
This gnarled staff is covered with thorns and coated with glistening lacquer that acts as a minor irritant.
My God.
While holding the staff, you aren't affected by its coating or thorns, and you reduce the DC of your flat checks to overcome persistent poison damage.
Cool.
Wow. 4,000 gold.
The major poisoner's staff gives you access to first level detect poison and spider sting, the cantrip guidance. Second level enhance victuals and imp sting. Third level neutralize poison and stinking cloud. Fourth level swarming wasp stings. Fifth level cloud kill. And sixth level purple worm sting. All very interesting
A lot of
spells.
spells.
That's some of the best spells
In addition,
in the game.
since
That's
it is
a
a
lot of them,
major
too.
poisoner
spell list
staff,
for a staff. It's a pretty good spell
uh,
list.
you reduce the DCs of your flat checks to overcome persistent poison damage from 15 to 5.
That's crazy.
This is awesome. This item is so cool.
It's a very cool staff, and probably one of the most interesting. You guys have found maybe 4 or 5 staves throughout the campaign. Obviously, this is the highest level one, but like you were saying, this is some of the most interesting spell list from
Yeah,
its
like this is
staff.
the strongest
Yeah.
candidate for just keeping it and using it all the time of the staves that we've
this
found. Like
spell
Staff of
list is
Healing is
cool.
obviously great. Like that's just good because healing's good. But like of the more specialty staves that we've found, like Purple Wormsting is crazy.
Yeah.
And I
that
mean,
is
I
kinda
can
neat.
cast. I can cast that. It's on the primal list.
And this
Yeah.
staff was specifically designed for him.
Cool. That's cool.
That's what I was
Cool.
talking about. Like this staff,
That's really cool.
when you go to Archives of Nethys, it
It
references
does.
Contain spoilers from Agents
this
of Edwa.
book.
Cool.
Page 66. Now I know what page we're on.
Well, that's the adventure toolbox in the back of the book. So good
Shit.
luck. Not that you didn't already download and read the PDF. So
Now I don't know anything.
He had
So-
not gotten the chance to use any of the charges on that staff. So it is currently,
Charged.
what's the fully charged staff?
It doesn't matter because we have to wait until your next daily preparations to equip it to yourself.
Really?
Yes.
I have never
And you
used.
can
Yeah, I've never. It's
I've,
never
I've
mattered.
used plenty of stats.
It's never mattered to me.
saves.
They're all already ready to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna fully trust you on that one, big guy.
No, yeah, you can only use one staff
I love
per
staffs.
day, and you have to like prepare it in the beginning of the day.
Is this like investing? Is that what is it? Can you only invest, or is it a
invest
different
it.
system?
Yeah,
Or
what
it
trait
had-
is this?
Staffs have charges
Oh,
to them.
it's the staff trait. Yeah, you're right, Dan. You're right.
A staff gains charges when somebody prepares it for the day. The person who prepared the staff can expend charges
Yeah.
to cast
Yeah.
spells.
So we didn't prepare it, so we can't use it today.
Correct.
Also, every day, like you guys are deciding which staff to like put charges into. Very
Correct.
cool.
You know what else is really cool? And it's really a toss-up as to which one you guys will like more. The
We
staff or a +2 greater striking dagger.
Wow.
Excuse me? Oh, what now?
Wow.
The staff
Nah.
or a +2
Less.
greater striking dagger.
I'm more interested in that
Yeah, it's pretty important.
personally.
Pretty good. It's pretty
The
good.
staff or a +2 greater striking dagger.
+2 greater striking dagger.
Who's
Greater
currently
striking
not rocking a +2 greater striking?
I mean, I'm not, but I shouldn't have one if someone else needs it.
Does anyone have greater striking yet?
I have +2 greater
I
striking.
I have it.
I
Yeah.
don't believe I do.
I think Twinkleton is the
Twinkle
last,
Toes should have it then.
the
Yeah.
last one to upgrade to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it should go to sheet through.
I think it should too. I want to announce I did discover that I am wearing +1 striking hand wraps of Mighty Blows, and they did not make it in the import from my Roll20 character sheet to the Hero Lab character.
It sounds
sheet.
like you need to match your hand wraps to your bow.
If I was gonna melee attack again, I was gonna say like the Velcro was out of place, so the magic wasn't working right. So he takes a free action to
Ah.
fix the Velcro.
That
Didn't get
tracks.
it.
That tracks.
My Spellguard Blade is a +2 striking.
But not greater striking. Greater
Not a
striking.
Greater striking.
Yeah.
Do you use doubling rings? Is
Yes,
that a
I
thing
do.
is that a thing you do? So that's your best weapon right now. Then the
Yeah.
Spellguard blade. Okay.
Yeah.
So we just want to swap the greater onto the Spellguard blade. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, yeah, that's
Please.
friggin' dank.
That's big.
And we can still sell the. Do you want to just like? Is it not? Is there any benefit to you just using this dagger and not switching the runes?
The Spellguard Blade also gives me a magical bonus.
Then what's your
Do
main
it.
hand weapon? What's your other weapon?
Just a regular rapier.
Okay, so Rapier D8 and then Spellguard Blade
Yeah.
is a D
Rapier
what, 4?
D6.
Or D6.
Spellguard Blade D4.
Yeah.
So it is moving the rune.
With
yeah.
the Spellguard Blade, Twinkle Toes can like get bonus to AC and saves for one action.
Yeah.
I was wondering if like using like if yeah. There's 3 weapons, 2 of them are gonna be the best ones. It's just about moving the runes onto the thing. But I think moving it onto the Spellguard Blade is the right way to go. Cool. I'm gonna say that goes to TT. Who wants this staff? I think staffs are kind of BS on Magus. Thoughts?
I
Yeah,
have my own staff.
I have my own staff too that I definitely prefer to use, but I will take this staff. Can you prepare 2 staffs for the day, Dan? I don't think you can.
I think it's only 1, if I remember
Yeah, I think
correctly.
it's only 1. So I gotta pick that.
No one can prepare more than 1 staff per day.
Yeah.
There it is.
Correct.
What if I name my character No One? That means
Then that
Anyway,
would still
anyways.
apply to you.
I'll still take it, just because I do agree that I think it makes more sense for a non-Magus spellcaster to have staffs.
I
yeah.
mean, should we just sell
Yeah.
it? Like, it's an
That's-
awesome item, but like, if
It's an awesome item. I'm down to sell it because that's a lot of gold.
Yeah.
you like, you're expending the slots anyway for spells that you can cast.
Well, it does come with the amount of
free charge.
spells as the highest spell in it.
Right.
So it has a 6th level spell in it, so it would come with 6 charges.
No, it's how many spells you can cast. So for you and I, it would have 7 charge. I believe.
Oh,
it
is that
has-
true? I thought it was the highest spell it could cast.
I thought it was the highest spell, the level of the caster.
And
Let's
here's where
find
we
out.
get nitty gritty. Yeah, no kidding.
Let's find out.
This may not be important because we're not going to sell it anytime soon anyway. But I do think it should go to Firin. We can just say that much.
Yeah,
and then
if we
I
don't
think-
sell it, Fury can definitely
I
take it.
think Firin can just do whatever he wants with it. If we sell it, cool. If not, that's fine.
You can prepare a staff and add charges to it for free. When you do so, the staff gains a number of charges equal to the level of your highest spell slot.
Wow, you were right, Dan.
don't
Yeah,
need
so
to
you
expend
would have
any-
7. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to expend any charges to add, or expend any spells to add charges in this way.
So you could
Cool.
prepare the Cloud Kill off of this or this Purple Worm Sting for free every day.
Well, it's any combination.
It would have 7 charges.
Right. So
Yeah.
you could get a Purple Worm Sting and a Spider Sting or a Swarming Wasp Stings and a
Correct.
Stinking
Yeah.
Cloud for free.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
I mean, that's
good.
amazing.
That's
pretty
so
great.
good. What the fuck?
There is something to be said for Basser having it for the sting spells.
The
Yeah, I
sting
didn't-
spells,
I didn't know about the free ones. That's fine. Yeah.
it would have to be like I would have
None
to
of those
know
are
I'm
attack. I don't
fighting
think those are
something.
attack spells, right? Those aren't attack spells, so they wouldn't work
I
with.
haven't
They wouldn't work with your arcane strike.
Well, stabs
Yeah,
don't
that-
work with this spell strike anyway.
They do.
Well, right. That. Yeah, these are saving throw spells. So I don't think
That's true.
But,
Magus.
but yeah,
Magus
if it's,
doesn't
if
want
it's a
saving
saving,
throw
if it's
spells.
a saving throw spell, then yeah, it's
Yeah.
useless.
But it's the touch or it's the range of touch that really throws that
I've got
off.
reach. I've got reach, man. I
You
don't
got
care.
reach. You can add
I've
reach
got
to a staff.
Yeah, reach spell. Reach spell.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Meta magic feat.
I don't like it, but I'll allow it.
Magic.
Plus, Firin, you are in melee probably a lot more than you would like to be anyway.
That is true. That is true.
Talk to me about hit points.
134 of 190, so down 56.
Excluding the drain, I'm down. How much am I down?
I would
I'm down,
include
like,
the drain, actually.
Well, but I mean, I can't heal past that right
Right,
now. So
right,
for
right.
healing's sake, I'm going to exclude it. I'm
I
down
can
like
heal up. Go ahead.
45 roughly.
I could heal up 75.
So it sounds like if Bastard does, how much is Bastard down?
I'm only down 20.
So if you do
4.
1 Halo on everybody, and then Firin does a treat wounds on Twinkle Toes in addition, then everybody should be full or within 10 of full.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Okay,
Can I take a treat wounds?
so
Yes. The only person I've treat wounds on my chart in the last hour was Jack.
correct. We're gonna call it 40 minutes
Yeah, I could just take one Halo and be good, so I'm gonna put myself at full then.
Perfect.
Which
40
means
minutes.
that including the time that you spend talking, including the combat, including the time that it took for the wall of fire to go down and for you to be reunited, we're gonna call that hour 43.
Will, do you
Hour
think it is?
43.
So we're spending 40 minutes. Has it been total an hour, you think, since I last would have done battle medicine? So has it been an hour since our last combat? Not counting the one we just finished.
Which would have been the Demi-Lich,
It
right?
absolutely
Would
would
have
have
been
been.
the Demi-Lich.
It absolutely would have been more than an hour.
All right, so then everyone except for this treat wounds on EG is good on my cooldowns for medicine. Okay.
Who wants these Bloodseeker beaks? There's 2 of them. I'd love one of them. They proc on.
I don't need them.
They
Do
proc,
not need them.
It has to be affixed to a weapon, and they can proc on flat-footed attacks. So maybe just 1 for each of us, Twinkle Toes.
Sure.
I mean, you can attach them to hand wraps.
Yeah, but Fearin can't use them
what are
effectively.
My hand ramps are full.
Bloodseeker beak.
You have a
DC
talisman on
30
your hand
medicine
wraps?
check.
Yeah,
Just for
I
the
have
record.
a talisman and also a spell heart on each hand, or like one for
Regular
each.
success.
What talisman do you have?
What talisman do you use?
I had it. Hold on.
One of these days he'll use it too.
I was gonna say what?
We just got it. It was the Days and
Oh, the
believe.
Days and Coil. Yeah.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh,
I,
nice,
you know
yeah.
what? I take it back.
Uh,
That's my bad.
40 HP from treat wounds.
beautiful?
Okay. With 40 minutes, we get to hour 43. Everybody is full health and has refocused.
Well, minus drained.
Minus drained. As full health is currently possible.
So are Kashak and Twinkle Toes each taking one of the Bloodseeker beaks? Any objections?
Yeah.
Got it. Cool.
Okay.
Good. Done.
Are we going back to our normal patrol routes, the same things we were doing?
I think so. Any thoughts? Any changes? I felt
yes,
fine about this.
I did too, but I think Fearin would just sort of ramshackle these desks to make a door, or at least like a very not the 4 hours worth of barricade, but just like stack the desks on top of each other, so there's not a gaping hole in the wall in this room.
Hear me out, y'all.
What's up, buddy?
What if we don't just split up? What if we just stay together and patrol as a group? Because that last combat kind of made me realize it took Bastard like 3 rounds just to finally
That
get
was
him
a
frag.
little rough. You're not wrong.
Yeah, it's not great. I'm not
But-
gonna lie.
If that means that we risk the enemies invading and kind of pincering us a little bit, I kind of see both sides. So I do want to open it up for a discussion.
Yeah. Here's my opinion. I thought that was fine enough that
I
I'd
think
rather.
the early knowledge we got from me literally seeing it happen was worth the couple of rounds it took for all of us to be there.
Okay.
I
I'd rather-
think that's true.
I'd rather what happened than they come in on the opposite side of the house and like get a chance to do bad stuff before we even find them.
Yeah.
At some point
no.
during this conversation, the doorway that had appeared in the middle of the wall disappears,
I was gonna ask about the doorway, so thank you.
and it returns to
I
a
forgot
regular wall.
I forgot it was like a pass wall spell and not them blowing it up. I
You should
don't
look
know
for
that,
pass
you didn't recall
wall
knowledge.
in the spell book.
You don't know that, you didn't recall knowledge.
Fearin has prepared the spell. He's cast pass wall before.
I don't make the rules.
All right.
You're not.
Emily Grace, Twinkle Toes, what do you think about strategy? Do you think that we were fine doing the guard rotation, or do you want to keep together?
I personally feel that I can get anywhere, like anytime at all. So, I think it is wise to utilize that.
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
I think scouting is important, and I think it is good to keep Kashak, Bastro, and Sheethra together. I think it's a good strategy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan?
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna
I'm-
double down, or are you good?
No, I'm good. Let's Split
I
up
deleted the pathway for the green
Yeah.
one because it was in the way, but
Go ahead
No, I
and
think
somebody
we know
redraw that
the-
for me so we can show.
rotation. That was Fearin, right? Because he was there.
Yeah, that was mine.
What was mine again?
Just is just the eastern rooms.
You're with
That's-
me
that
on
was
this
my route.
cyan route to the north.
Right, you're right. Boom.
We zoom out a little bit here. So yeah, we have the teal route, which was Kashak and Basro, correct?
Yep.
Uh, that were supporting Shithra carrying Jonas. We have the red route, which is Twinkle Toes going from upstairs, the second floor, down to the basement and back, and also covering the foyer area. And then we have Fearin on the green route, covering north to south on the eastern wall, essentially. A pretty solid coverage, only a few little bits, a very small potentiality that somebody is able to get into the garden or the greenhouse and then through the secret door into the back hallways without anybody realizing.
I'd like to propose naming these routes. I think they should be donned with nomenclature. I'd like to first of all propose the red route that Twinkle Toes is on to be the Lopi and Grother Memorial Walk.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good one for your route, Jack.
What do you got? What do you
Teal
got?
Team 6.
Teal Team 6 is pretty good. That's not bad. I'm gonna take that because all I could think about was like the golem died here, and then we had a wall of stone, and that's nothing.
Mine's called the third day. Look to the east.
Mm,
Ben,
mm.
No, wow, that got some. I'm shocked. I thought
So
that
we're
was
not going to go with
decent, at least.
Greenway?
Just because of the color? No, that's lame.
It's also, you're also a druid,
All right. Well,
so-
then what's the name? What's the name? The third day got shot down.
it's not. That's the problem. It's not bad.
It's not good enough.
Good. Yeah, it's not good. I'll think of something. I'm sure.
No, screw it. The green line's called the good enough. That's what it's called. Good enough.
The good enough trail.
The
Alright,
good
good.
enough route.
Enough.
Good enough.
Good enough.
All right.
Good stuff.
Is there anything anybody would specifically like to do outside of passing time via patrolling?
Should we transfer that rune?
You tell me.
I probably forget. I haven't read the crafting rules in forever, so I don't remember
It's
how long it takes.
10%. It's 10 minutes, and 10%.
Oh, it's only 10 minutes?
correct, unless you
I
have
feel like he.
fast crafting or whatever the feat is.
I don't have that, yeah.
Well, he could have done it while I was healing everyone.
It's 10 minutes, and it's 10% of the cost of the rune. However, if you fail, you got to do it again, and spend more money.
And you still, so you spend it even if you fail.
Yes, it's 10% per attempt.
I cannot wait for the remaster, dear God.
It's 10% of the higher one. I feel like that was intuitive, but I should say that.
Yeah.
It takes one
So-
day.
Oh, is it downtime?
That's what I thought.
Oh, there must
10
be-
minutes didn't sound right.
There must be a
Takes
feat
a whole-
that lets you do it in
It's a
10.
whole day.
Well,
Dang.
can't do it unless you want to start.
Can we break
Right
that up,
now.
or is it continuous?
It's a contiguous if it's a downtime activity.
Oh, then that's never gonna happen in here.
Not here.
Yeah, it takes
Also,
one
it
day
makes me
to
a little
transfer.
nervous to give him my weapon for a day.
No, that's not happening. Yeah,
No, it's not happening. It's not happening. Yeah.
never mind. That's my bad.
Okay.
So back to the question. What is anybody doing anything specific?
Detecting magic.
Everybody roll me a perception.
Yeah.
Three.
38.
33 for Fearin.
38,
I got
Bastro.
32.
32. The storm has essentially subsided at this point. There is some light gray cloud cover above you, and you can tell that it is now early morning on the third day that you've been here. I say third day because you arrived at like 10 p.m.
No, Will, we're not calling it third day. We've been over this.
Say it again.
Shut up.
Um,
It was funny and you know it.
what?
Hope so.
Uh,
I got Jack at least.
Yeah, me.
Thank you.
So dumb.
it gets to about midday. So going on 47, 48 hours. At this point, what were the two sleeping groups?
We have
Fearon and
synced up
Bastro.
now.
Me and Twinkletoes.
Fearon and Bastro last rested at hour 34.
Correct.
Yep.
Kashak and Twinkletoes, you both are getting exhausted.
Quite
We
eepy.
didn't we sleep too? I thought we synced up
No.
now.
We need to. We're not going to sync up until we leave this place. It's going to take a whole thing because we're behind them, and like that's the worst way we can be. When are we going to start hitting exhaustion?
It sounds like right now. Unless
It's
that was
been
flavor.
30 hours since you last slept.
I'm asleep. That's crazy.
Yeah, I Emily Grace have pulled like 2 all-nighters in my entire life, and for one of them I had like 6 panic attacks.
And that was
The
without
next
fighting
day.
a Demi-Lich in the meantime.
Yeah, that was
What
just,
is the longest
that was
anyone
just
has stayed
midterm
awake?
week.
What's the
did
longest?
So they did sleep studies, and I won't be able to quote you exact stuff, but some dude who had like a brain injury that basically severed a section of his brain that controlled sleep schedule. He couldn't fall asleep
Mhm.
Oh,
without being medically induced. Started going insane after like
Yeah.
6 days.
no
Yeah.
joke.
And was getting just wild, off the wall auditory and visual hallucinations. His like hair began to fall out. His fingernails were pulling out. It was like a
Okay, let's
horror
stop.
movie. Yeah.
Awful.
But
Uh,
does anyone here know the longest they've stayed awake for the past? How long? Many hours? have you stayed awake?
I think I also only pulled like I only pulled a handful of true all-nighters, and my longest actually may have come from undergrad during my like quantitative analysis class. The final project I pulled an all-nighter for and stayed up through the presentation. That was at like 11 a.m. I think. So that would be, let's say I woke up at like maybe 8 o'clock the day prior. We're talking roughly 28 hours, 29 hours, give or take. I think that's for me the longest.
Will or Dan? Do you guys know?
2 whole nights, but like after the second night, I went to sleep.
Nights?
After the second night, I went to sleep at like 5. But like I
Holy
remember like
crap.
5 or 6. But like I remember seeing the sunrise.
So when did you wake up? So like let's say it's a Monday, right? You woke up at what, 9 on a Monday? Wait, when did you wake? When did you wake up?
Oh, on the first day?
Yeah.
On the first day.
Yeah, like I woke up normal time, like probably like this was high school, so like 10 or 11 maybe.
This is a weekend?
Yeah, more than like maybe like a 3-day weekend or something. I was like just playing video games basically with my friends, and
You're talking like 50 some hours.
Yeah, like I just remember that third day, I slept through that whole day, and I didn't wake up until like 11 or 12 p.m. or 11 p.m. 12 a.m. that night.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would
Something
probably be a
mini
college,
coma.
definitely a college overnighter where I had to do like wake up in the morning of
Feeling
the
like
first day,
today.
go through the whole day, stay up all
Whole
night, and
day,
then go
yeah.
through a day of classes on the second day, and then like crash right after classes. So it would probably be like a 6 or 7 a.m. to like a 4 or 5 p.m. on the following day. So almost 36 hours, but not quite. And that's like 100% seeing shadow people out of the corner of your eyes. Like,
Yep. I will raise all of you guys because I specifically remember doing this in high school. A friend of mine challenged me to see how long each of us could stay awake, and I won, but I stayed awake for 81 consecutive hours.
No, you
Jesus.
did not. I'm
That
calling
means-
bullshit. No
that means
way.
you lost.
It's
That
three
means you
point-
lost.
3.375 days. It's like 3-ish days.
No way. No. BS.
was-
I'm calling
it was-
BS.
It was the hardest thing I've ever done, and I hallucinated for sure. Like I absolutely
That's
saw
nuts.
like fairy people floating around.
Over 3 days? No way.
I shit you not. I shit you not. This really happened. I promise you.
Doctor's
How long
note
did you
didn't
sleep
happen.
after that?
Huh?
How long did you sleep after that?
We started doing it in the middle of like a school week, and so I think like the first night that I slept was a Thursday night, and so I went to sleep at like 6 p.m. and like woke up right before I had to go to school on Friday, and then the rest of the weekend, I think I was pulling like 10 hours a night. It was like you can't catch up sleep. That's not how sleep
No,
works.
Yeah.
But like my body was trying its absolute best to do everything it was trying to do in the past 3 days. I do not
That's
recommend
crazy.
ever doing that ever.
Yeah,
it
that's-
probably has changed me as a person forever.
I was gonna say that
it
explains a lot.
honestly it explains a lot. Yeah.
And the fact that you shortened your lifespan by like 10 years in less than a week.
I still do not sleep. I'm not very talented at sleeping. So.
One of the biggest regrets in my life is not being able to catch up on sleep as an actual thing that the human body can do. But you could catch up on sleep right now, Kashak and Twinkle Toes, as if you continue to go, I will start imposing conditions. This is your last warning as you both begin to like catch yourselves.
I want to sleep.
Like
I'll rest in
I mean,
any of the rooms that are not the undead themed room.
Do we just want to call it that we're all resting and take watch schedules? Like, do we just want to say that now?
Well, here's the problem, Ben, is that you guys don't get any benefit from that. Like, you guys still can't do your daily preparations and change spells for 24 hours from your last rest.
yeah, until hour 58.
There's no
Yeah.
point in you sleeping.
When we're at hour 52?
We're at hour
Or something?
43 or 48.
43.
Excuse me.
48. So we're close. If we do, no, wait. Yeah. So what hour would we get our stuff back?
58.
58. So if we did a 10-hour watch or 10-hour rest with because that's how long with watch schedules, we would get our stuff back. Right?
No.
Checks out.
It's
Yeah.
hour-
No,
it's
that
hour
does check out.
43, right?
Sorry. You ended your rest at 34,
Yeah.
and then it's an hour of prep for daily preparations. So technically 35. So you would not be able to regain your
Anything.
stuff until 59.
Wait, no. The prep hour definitely can't calculate in because otherwise it would always be pushing later and later. There's no way it works that way.
No, it does. Because if you finish your spell
if
prep
you
at
work
9 a.m. every day, you still finish and gain your spells at 9 a.m. every day.
But if you have to wait 24 hours, then I have to wait until 9 a.m. to start my spell prep the next day, and
No,
then
it's
it
not
would
start,
wouldn't
it's finish.
finish. Okay, I thought you were saying start.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like
Basically,
you're
you
sleeping
sleep for
for 8
9
hours.
hours.
Yeah, you're sleeping for 8 hours, and then you do 1 hour of daily prep. So your hour of daily prep ended at 9:35 or at hour 35, which means
See, I hate this conversation because it's making me agree with Reddit on Vancian casting.
that 24 hours later. It's fine. By Pathfinder 3, there won't be Vancian casting, so it'll be fine.
Probably.
With
So, long story short, we're still very far away.
Yeah,
from
Long
you
story
being
short,
able to do your daily
not
preparations.
very.
Firin and
we
Bastro
can't do
cannot
it.
fully
Yeah.
regain until hour
Yeah.
59.
It
And
is
you are
probably
currently
more
at
economical.
hour 48.
It's probably more economical for you guys each to post up in the same rooms that we're sleeping in, and then to wake us up if something bad happens.
So
Yeah.
all right, we're just gonna stay off schedule, but
It
we
stinks.
all have to rest. Y'all have to rest. Yeah. Okay.
Hour 48 comes. Kashak and Twinkle Toes like begin catching themselves, like leaning against a wall and like shaking themselves
Like
awake.
fully nodding off.
Yeah.
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 Begin to fall asleep, like standing up. Shithra is like slapping you on the leg consistently to keep you up. You both eventually realize it's time to go to bed before stuff really starts going bad. Does that modify Fearin and Bastro's patrol at all?
I think Bastro would only patrol in this room while they are asleep.
And then I think Fearin would probably just patrol this secret area.
Okay.
Too. I think we would take either side of the doorway. What room is Twinkle Toes in? Okay, yeah. So Fearin will take he's going. I'll draw my route.
Because you guys could still sneak a peek into every room of the building.
Yeah,
doing this.
I'm assuming these doors are still open, so I'm
Mhm.
just gonna be walking back and forth between these two doors, just listening for anything.
And that gives you the whole north side of the building, and then Fearin, if you took the L, like in the secret passageway, you could see basically everything that we have still open.
Yeah, I'm gonna open that door. That's
Fearin consistently
terrible.
takes L's.
Yikes. You know what? Let me change this to
Damn.
green.
He was right there.
No, that's
I
a-
couldn't not take it.
Literally hanging in front of your face.
So, and I'm
I
going
have
like.
no willpower.
I think you're all willpower.
Yeah.
Will save.
And Bastro's already in. Yeah, so that's the route. So I'll peek into these rooms every now and then I'm walking in the secret hallway.
I'm just like I'm so friggin' hair trigger on this Knight's Rest button on my character sheet. Ready
And-
friggin'
Well, I want to add that as Bastro's walking, he's definitely using his ancestry feat augment senses.
Oh,
So
Definitely.
while he's walking, he's seeking in a 30-foot burst, and then when he gets to
Okay.
each doorway, he's seeking in a 60-foot cone towards
oh.
like each
Okay. Yeah.
little thing.
So you're no longer
cool.
detecting magic.
Yes,
I
correct.
am now going to be detecting magic. My
That's
staff
a
of
great idea.
my staff of divination has detect magic, so I am
Hey.
now taking detect magic.
All right.
The exploration action detect magic.
If any of you guys looked into that room, you just see Bastro, but with all of his eyes fully opened and just like all of them looking in different
No, they're not.
directions, just seeking.
I'd rather not.
Maybe we don't put that image into anybody's mind.
I don't look in that room.
I
Take
think
it for
it's
acting.
awesome.
No. Definitely awesome. Don't want to think about it.
Sorry, you mean these eyes?
Ah!
I love it.
Here, oh god.
That's exactly
God.
what it looks like too. They're all looking different.
He's got
Oh, that's
one like
amazing.
ear against the door, but 30 eyes against the door. Like, very good, very cool, very good, very cool. Fear and Ambassador, roll me perceptions.
Natural 2 for a 25.
Ooh, good rolls. That's a 33.
33. How does it make you guys feel as Kashak and Twinkle Toes are going down to bed, knowing that you only have 24 hours left? You're 2/3 of the way there.
Fearin wants to get out of this place.
Yeah. That's
Fearin's
kinda
at that
just-
point. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Bastard is just waiting for the end mission because at this
Yeah.
point he's getting a little more paranoid that he'd
Waiting
like
for
to
the
be.
end to come.
Waiting for the end, but also just waiting for the next attack to happen. So at this point, it's been one.
That's what I was gonna say. Fearin's reaching that point of on edge that like he's just so wired that it's just pure like anxiety and stress at this point.
Waiting for the end to come.
There it is. R.I.P. to my mans. So,
Know what it
Will, I refocused at some point in the last however long it's been. I refocused. I spent 10 minutes and I
48
refocused.
hours and 10 minutes. Gotcha. No, you're good. The rest proceeds without interruption. We come to hour 56, as it is now drawing close upon the time in which Fear and Ambassador could take their rest.
Now, we can start our rest, and then by the time our rest is over, we would be fine.
Correct. If you started now, I mean, you have 3
Yeah.
hours until you could refocus, but until you could refresh your stuff, but you have to
Yeah.
get that as part of a long rest. Yeah.
Well, should we just do that? That way we're closer to being in sync. Should
No.
we just do that?
No, because if you were going to do that, you would have said it before I told you that you had made it that far. Like, I'm telling you it's at hour 56 now.
Right. And I'm saying, okay, they wake up and like, shouldn't we now?
You're saying like right now we
I'm
should
sorry.
start our long
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah,
Can we
yeah.
right now do that?
I also misunderstood.
I thought you were trying to
Sorry.
say, should we just have gone to bed with them at the same
Oh,
time?
no. Let do a trade. Like the two of them wake up and then we go to sleep. Like that thing.
Does that get us closer, or does that mean that someone is resting for 16 hours, which is
No
almost
one's
worse?
resting. No,
No.
you two wake up.
Someone,
And then-
like one or two of us of the party is resting for a full 16 hours.
I mean, the party in whole would be, but why would we not try and do that if it means we'll be all at full capacity?
I would say take a look at it this way. You have one more rest before the end of your allotted time here. And
Like, can we just get away with
Kashak and
staying
Twinkle
up?
Toes just took it.
Right, so we should also take it.
So however you want to deal with that.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing, Viren wants to take a long rest. But I'm here.
I would like to take a long rest. is
There we go.
exactly what
If a combat happens, Bastard doesn't have his armor on. You don't have your armor on.
Kashak
That's
and
the same thing. That's also
Any
true
prep
for the last 8 hours while y'all were sleeping, right? Like it's the same thing.
Yeah, but now we're closer to the end.
Kashak and Twinkle Toes wake up.
I could skip the long rest. Viren can take a long rest.
Please
and
have
me-
this conversation in character.
Fair.
That's
yes.
fair.
The concern is that we extend the time in which we are not at full strength and full preparation.
It is not possible for me to make it to 72 hours in my current capacity.
Which is
We're at
completely-
we're at hour 56. I won't be able to make it 16 hours without resting at some point. Why would I not try to rest now before whatever is at the end? These people clearly know we're here and probably know how long we're going to be here. We should do this before the end is upon us.
I mean-
completely agree.
I do agree that we need to be at full strength. Will you be all right if something horrible happens while you're sleeping and we have to wake you
No, of
up?
course not. But
Like-
in the past, while you all were resting and we were walking around, it's the same situation
same
as when we
risk, yeah.
rest.
Absolutely.
It doesn't make it any different now that we're resting than when you were resting. It's the same thing.
There's an idea in war when there's a single general on the other side that you see a battle, you retreat, you regroup, and then you battle again. We fought against Grabble and his poisoners. The information that they did not recover Jonas has gone back to whichever party is commanding them, and they are now regrouping and will send their next combatant. My proposal is that we wait for that next combatant and then you rest. There's a
What if that
window of
next combatant
opportunity.
doesn't? What if that next combatant doesn't come for 6 hours? And then at that point, we're at hour 62, and we only have 10 hours left here, where we haven't rested. Also, like we are. I have now been up for 22 hours. I've been awake for 22 hours.
So you're getting
At the end of our rest, that's true.
Yes, we
Yeah,
woke up at hour 34, and it's now
Correct.
hour 56.
correct.
Yeah,
You probably-
no,
you
I
probably look
think you should
terrible.
go to sleep. Yeah. Honestly,
I
I'm
want to
surprised you
rest.
didn't-
Also take in mind that since Fear and Ambassador woke up, you have fought both Grabble and the Demi-Lich and the
We dealt with the spider situation too.
Mhm.
Shining Children and the Quailant.
And you have to sleep in order to fully deal with this.
Also,
Fear-
We're drained
I would
still.
remind you
I think we rested after the Quailon.
that you have made a promise to
Spider.
to the
Without
spider,
banishment. Yeah.
who gave you
That's what I
24
was
hours to return with the ability to send him back.
And I can't do that until I rest. I have to rest.
Yeah.
Aaron, please do not misunderstand me. I trust that your judgment of yourself and your abilities. I fear for our preparedness in this next combat, but I'll do what I can. Please sleep lightly and let me wake you up if stuff happens. But yes, let us rest.
Understood, and of course.
What is the penalty for sleeping in your armor?
That's a great question.
Bastro is not planning on.
I believe you
just
become
like
fatigued
doesn't
until you
work.
take a long rest again.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to do that.
That's pretty horrible.
Which is
That's
a
pretty
minus
horrible.
1 to like a lot of stuff.
That's really bad.
I
Like,
thought Kieran
just
didn't
doesn't
have
work.
armor.
No,
You have leather?
I'm wearing armor. I'm wearing armor.
You think that our AC is just natural, baby?
It's a minus 1 to AC and saving throws, and you can't use exploration activities.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Okay, so that's why. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't avoid notice, you can't defend, you can't detect magic, you can't follow the expert, you can't hustle, you can't investigate, you can't repeat a spell, which is very niche. You can't scout, you can't search, anything in exploration mode.
What? You just like your arms don't work? Like what?
Have
Yeah,
you?
so-
I mean, I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's just
ask, have
one
you
motion.
never been
Yeah.
awake for that long? But you've been awake that long. Could you reasonably do anything with proficiency after?
Well, rest in
hour
armor.
40?
Yeah, I mean that's what's yeah. I couldn't. Yeah.
Like, imagine
Um,
having such a bad crick in your back that you like literally could not turn to the side to
Yeah.
look around. That's what it is.
all right, we start their rest.
Start your rest at 56.
Where are you guys resting?
I'll take the room Twinkle Toes was in.
Ew,
See,
that's weird. You
here-
sleeping in the same bed?
Here's the thing, though. Should Bastro rest too? Because I personally don't feel like I need to rest.
Well,
How
no,
many
you've been
spell
awake
slots
for
do you have, baby
22 hours.
Is it
You're
at
still gonna
24 hours?
Hey, Dan, just for ease of this, let's not have 3 different trackers going.
You should
Fair
rest.
enough.
Like, you do what you want. I just want to put that seed in your brain also about...
About
With
So-
no armor, Bastard's gonna not be good.
I
So
don't want to be
there's-
this, but I'm pretty sure it's 16 hours. You start feeling fatigue.
Yeah, I was giving you all a bit of leeway in the fact
Yeah.
that you're not like traveling while doing this. Like it's all still in the same area, and I'm assuming that you guys are like taking regular breaks. You have access to food and water and seating, so it's not like you're just on your feet for that entire time. And you haven't been fighting that entire time, though you did have 2 big fights.
Like we're conditioned for this kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah. yeah.
Um,
Which thank you for that. That's
and it's
pretty good.
relatively cushy. It's not like you're trekking through the wilderness trying to get somewhere. So I'm calling it like 30 hours. At which point I will start imposing those negatives. But also keep in mind that your characters are mechanically and physically drained. Except for Kashak, which kind of makes sense with everything that was said.
Invincible.
Like, you guys, even though you are at peak physical condition right now, you still feel like shit. You
Yeah.
do not feel your best.
So they rest.
At hour 56, they go down.
I think I would take the Teal Team 6 route and just peruse it the same way that Bastard did in mostly this room, but kind of peek into the other sides of each room as well, but try to stay as physically present in that north chamber as possible.
I'm